Okay, so that was empty lung stretching. And now we're going to move into full lung stretching, okay? So this is obviously stretching on a full breath in. And actually the focus on this type of stretching is not the diaphragm, but we're actually looking at stretching the intercostal muscles. And that's the muscles in between the ribs of the rib cage. So we're going to do a few similar poses, and then there's one actually that's a little bit different. Now, seeing as we've already seen all the poses, I like to tie them together and do it on a bit of a breath hold. So I'll probably roll through 2 or 3 poses at a time, or pair them up left and right, and then take another fresh breath. And again, you know, the risks, there are some risks, of course, with full lung stretching as well. You know, the risk of barotrauma is low, but actually you can create what's called an ischemia. And essentially it's like getting tapped out. If any of you are jiu-jitsu or martial artists, then what happens is, because you're expanding your lungs so much, you can cause a blockage of the arteries that go to your head, and out you go. So if you feel lightheaded or anything like that, then just get back to the neutral position and breathe out, and that sensation will go away. Okay, so like I said, I've switched up my seating position here. I find that I can get a very full lung capacity in this position, and it's a little bit more comfortable than being on the feet and the knees. But again, you know, if you want to sit in a seat or a bench or the side of the sofa or whatever it is, make sure you're comfortable and that you feel good, and you know, you're in a nice quiet-ish environment. I'm in a quiet-ish zone here, although of course there are the sounds of village life, which are unavoidable here. Okay, so we'll go through breathing in, and we're going to do some packing as well. Okay, so a little thing on packing. I'll create a separate video on packing, but essentially you're just sipping in more and more air and trying to fill up the lungs as much as you can. So just think about taking little gulps to really fill yourself up, and go slow. Again, if it's your first time, just introduce a few sips of air extra, and progressive overload over time. You can add more and more packs to your breath hold. And yeah, I'm going to go to arrow, and then I'll do the twists, and then I'll do side to side. Okay, and then I'll also I'll breathe in, breathe out, and then we'll go into the 2 last poses. Okay. Now, quick note on the different poses that we're doing. When we're doing arrow, we want to do a slow rock around. Okay, so we're getting kind of 360 stretch in the rib cage and stuff like that. And then when we go into side by side, so do some twists, we're going to feel a nice stretch on this side. Other side, of course, we can feel it here. And then when we do the lean over, we're going to feel a nice stretch on this side, and then again on this side. So focus on that sensation, you know, make sure that that's where you're feeling the stretch, because that's what you're looking for. And if you're getting something different, then maybe just take a look at how you're doing your poses. Okay, so let's begin. Breathing in, into the belly, into the chest. Okay, so that was the first 3 poses all rolled into one there on a breath hold. And I think I packed about 15 times or something like that, which is sort of in the middle of what I can usually do. But again, if you are packing for the first time, just go slow, add a few steps at a time, and then gradually increase that as time progresses. Okay, so let's go into the 2 other poses. One of them, again, is going forwards actually, and we're going to kind of flare out the wings and the shoulder blades to create space on the back and try and stretch the intercostal muscles at the back of the body. Okay, so spreading the shoulder blades apart and really opening up the space around the spine and between the shoulder blades. And then we'll do the one that we did at the end of the Uddiyana Bandha session, where we lean back, okay, and again pushing the heart center, the chest center to the side, which should feel a nice stretch. So let's go ahead. Okay, nice. So you should have felt some stretching nice in between the front ribs and then also on the back between the shoulder blades. Really like widening your arms out and stretching those blades apart so that you can get maximum space in between the blades. Okay, so that concludes the full long stretching segment. It's a little bit faster, and so I tend to tie these together. I'll always do my morning stretch first, about 20 minutes head to toe, and then I enter into lung stretching once the body's a bit more warmed up and stuff like that. And then yeah, you can do Uddiyana Bandha, empty lung stretching first, and then into full lung stretching at the end. And definitely if you practice this 3 to 4 times a week, you will see a significant increase in your comfort at depth, your ability to bring up air to equalize with, and generally, you know, you're going to have more access to your lungs, and so your cardiovascular fitness will increase as well.